Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, no, wait a minute. Here we go. I'm not used to being taped. So my thoughts are this. So definitely she's sore in the right front, either in the sole, dorsal area of the foot, which would include the sole in many horses, or in the pastern area. The left front, she's still lame after the blocks, and always was lame in the left front, going to the left like 0.25 out of 5. It's not imperceptible, but it's close. So she's just had her feet trimmed. I would strongly suspect she's a little sore in her feet. This stuff happens, and you know, the ground has been off and on hard, and when it gets soft in this country, there's little rocks. So when it gets soft and muddy, the mud goes away and the rock bruises them. And you know, there's nothing in her foot, but they're short. They're really pretty short. So now the old injury was, I guess, we're a little confused as to whether or not she was actually lame or just had this heat in there after an 8-mile ride. But immaterial. The x-rays that I got of the ankle were not really readable for, you know, on the phone and everything, that I felt were readable enough for me to make any kind of it. They looked okay. Maybe they're not, but couldn't really read them that well. I need a screen, and really the format of the x-ray is important, you know, because we can do different things with them to read them. So that is a bit of a mystery, but let's just say what you really want to know is if she can go back to work. And it's disappointing that she might be foot sore today, because she sure is not sore in the ankle today. But she might not have been sore. Per the history, she might not have never been sore in the ankle. She may have just had the heat, which, you know, may or may not have been a problem. And then we had some x-rays, and we don't really know if the x-rays showed anything or not, really. And so we're kind of, it's not a bad spot to be. It's just a little questionable. And I mean, if it's worth millions of dollars to get her back tomorrow, then we could do some things, like, you know, some of you wouldn't want to do. But if you've got 30 days, I'd let these feet grow out a little bit, recheck her in 30 days. Our radiograph machine will be fixed again by then. And honestly, that might be, you don't want to x-ray a foot for no reason anyway. And if the foot's fine, then we're fine. But we should probably recheck the ankle x-rays in 30 days before she goes back, just to make sure that, number one, if something wasn't evident at that time, but now it is, those things happen, you know, then we'll find it. And maybe it'll be something that's insignificant or something that is significant. But this time, she's not really lame in the ankle. And I flexed those ankles, both of them. They have a little crepitus in them, but they're both the same. There's no pain. I had 90% range of motion. It's really pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I think I'd be a little, what's the term? Cautiously optimistic is what we learned in vet school. Cautiously optimistic. That way, you know, the cautiously is in there for our lawyer, the optimistic's in there for you, and, you know, we're all covered on that. Cautiously optimistic. But yeah, I mean, so she's a little sore-footed. Right now today, if we were in the Brazilian cavalry, we'd slap some shoes on her, maybe a pad, and we'd go out and chase whoever the hell the Brazilian cavalry is going to chase today, and she'd probably be fine. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And if she comes up hot in 8 hours in the Brazilian cavalry, so what? But, you know, she's not in the Brazilian cavalry. But if she comes up hot in 8 hours, then we have something going on that may just simply be a neurogenic problem in that leg that has nothing to do with lameness, you know. But a study, that needs to be studied.
And a neurogenic refers to the
nerves.
Her particular structure.
Yeah. You know, there's mechanoreceptors in that area that communicate to the brain. There's actually motion receptors, and all those things communicate to the brain, and the brain's going to communicate back. And if it gets the wrong message, it's going to maybe increase cytokine production or something. It's going to do something to get that heat going. And we would need to decide somehow, if possible, if that heat is really pathological or physiological because of some strangeness, you know. And I think that it's they have a countercurrent mechanism of blood flow there, and it's definitely involves a lot of nervous system control.
Yes.
And so it could just be something like that. You know, she's just not perfusing correctly.
Yes.
And it might be something she's done all her life and nobody noticed it. But a better history maybe on whether or not she's ever lame would be good.
Great.
That sound good?
Sounds good.
Let's publish it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's a go.